So even though on the wrestling stuff I said we wouldn't be covering much of the TV stuff apart from when we're doing live stuff, I felt that the SmackDown after Mania still needed to be covered in some shape or form. So this is going to be a brief video because I need to be off to the movies and whatever. And you know what? New Orleans delivered once again. Daniel Bryan resigned as SmackDown GM, and so the new GM was announced as being Paige, so she's still in the company, which is actually good to see. And she notes how Daniel hasn't wrestled on TV in 3 years. And, the crowds chant Rusev Day, the crowd chant AJ Styles, but she says Daniel Bryan's facing AJ Styles later. That's a pretty big match. Then Usos versus New Day happened. Usos winning. This was the number one contenders match to see who was going to challenge the Bludgeon Brothers at, I think it's the Greatest Royal Rumble, but I'm not sure. Then we had Naomi versus Natalya, which Naomi won. It was an okay match. So then they recap the AJ Nakamura situation from Mania, and backstage Renee is with him. It's like, why would you tarnish this dream match? And he's just like, maybe I got too emotional. I'm very, very sorry for what I did to AJ. In such like a way where it's like, yeah, he's mocking it. It's like, but, and then she's like, but come on, that doesn't seem very sincere. And Nakamura just goes, sorry, no speak English. And it's like, the problem is you're doing this thing on the bit where the crowd's wacky, but because this is so good, the crowd are clapping and cheering this because it's like, yes, this is entertaining. This isn't what we should normally get. So now we're getting Randy Orton, Bobby Roode and Rusev. Again, another number one contenders match. This time for the US title at Backlash. Even though I believe the US title may be being defended at the Greatest Royal Rumble. But whatever. But that's coming later, because now Charlotte's coming out to talk. And says, and interestingly, Asuka did not show up on either show this week. However, who did show up was the iconic duo of NXT, Peyton Royce and Billie Kay. And they, nobody wants to hear you yak away, because, they're being truly Aussie. They mock Charlotte's speech and they say, there's no point in thinking about the past as what's in your future. And they attack her and throw over the announce table even, and into the ring post, and throw onto the mat outside the ring. And they pose the iconic duo. And then here comes Carmella. Cashes in her briefcase. Carmella's angry at the ref, like, come on, cash it in. Bell rings. Carmella kicks her in the head, covers her, gets the 3 count, and Carmella is the champ. What a brilliant segment. Really. Charlotte looks strong because she was clearly the babyface in peril. The iconic duo's debut looks really strong and makes them look like, a force to be reckoned with. Which I did notice the Riot Squad were like, perhaps we should make our introductions. But it's like, yeah, you're old news. We don't care about you anymore. How many of them are going to get released? Oh, that's annoying. Considering there's some people there I like. And Liv Morgan. My question is, though, this long-term angle for Carmella, how long is she going to have that belt? We'll have to see. Then the triple threat to get the US contender. It should have been Rusev, but once again they went with Randy Orton. We saw enough of Randy Orton versus Jinder Mahal last year. We don't need to see it again. And then Carmella was interviewed backstage and says, when a queen overstays her welcome, there's always a princess that will take her place. You know, I've been patient for 287 days and waiting for the perfect time. And she wants to thank herself. She made history at Money in the Bank and made history against Charlotte tonight. Alone. Nobody helped her. There was no James Ellsworth. There was no iconic duo. Mella is money. And now, Mella's got the gold. Carmella's getting very good on the mic. I will say that. And then Daniel Bryan AJ. It was really good what we got of it. But then the inevitable thing happened. Nakamura shows up. Kicks Bryan, resulting in a DQ. Then attacks AJ and low blows him. And then knee to face. And all that. And then another low blow onto Styles as he leaves. So sort of like... it was still a good match, don't get me wrong. But all in all, like... we'll have to see. And then, I guess the major notes from 205 Live, Kalisto beat Akira Tozawa. Looks as if we're now going to get Tozawa and Itami versus Metalik and Dorado next week now. Nice is sort of wants Mark Andrews to beat up Drew Gulak. And Gulak's showing off a new PowerPoint presentation, but then he says, there's no more time for this, I'm going to destroy Mark Andrews. And, I mean, he didn't destroy, but he obviously got the submission win with a Gulak. And then kept holding it on, but Nice made the save. So Nice is officially face now, I guess. Then Drake Maverick backstage with Brian Kendrick and Jack Gallagher, having reservations about them teaming up and wants to make sure they won't have a vendetta against Itami. And, you know, they're all like, it's water under the bridge, man. Clearly it isn't. So then Maverick came out, actually into the ring, and said the Cruiserweight title match stole the show at Mania. To some extent, I mean, I'm amazed they actually put it on television rather than just on the network and YouTube. But Alexander came down. Thanks, everybody. Ali came in saying, well, there's a lot of people that want a shot, but I want one too. Cue this crowd saying, one more match, of course. But then Buddy Murphy showed up. Both guys looking at the entrance ramp. But Murphy attacked them both from behind, hit the Murphy's Law on Alexander. Drake yelled at Murphy with him saying, I'm going to be the next Cruiserweight champion, doing the belt thing. So I guess there's your contender. There is your contender for the Cruiserweight title somewhere down the line. Probably Backlash. Then again, they are supposed to be having the match there in Saudi Arabia. I mean, they could do Ali, but they could do Murphy as well. we will have to see. So there you go. I think I'll leave the indie wrestling stuff because we sort of wrapped up most of it last week. I've still got to cover some of the major stuff that happened over March, though. So I guess that'll be coming at some point over the weekend and whatever. But there will be some gaming stuff. I will be running through the results of the BAFTA Video Game Awards, the last major video game awards of the season, if you will, sort of going from Golden Joysticks to the Game Awards to the DICE Awards and all that sort of stuff, and then BAFTA, because it always coincides with the EGX Res thing, but because it's in London, I can't get to. It was better when it was, like, near me. But then again, the big convention's now nearer to me, so that's better. So other stuff from me, AJ's movie review's coming. I'm guessing, considering it's the big release this week internationally, Rampage will feature this weekend. Owen with the Sip and Snacks, Halloween Horror Nights, all that other stuff. I will see you on the next video, whatever that is. Or something.